For those of you who've never ridden a bike before, or for those of you who are just getting started, you're probably going to find that one of the hardest things to deal with is to get the bike going without stalling. And if this is you, I just want you to know that you're not the only one who is going through this. This is something that I had to go through. And one of the first things that I'm going to recommend is that you go to a place where there is no traffic and no cars, and possibly a back street or a parking lot somewhere, and you just want to spend a little bit of time on this, maybe a day or two, a weekend or whatever, and you're going to want to get used to your bike, all of your controls, and you definitely want to get a feel for your clutch, because you're going to be using your clutch a lot, especially if you live in the city. So as you can see, I stalled the bike, and I will do this again on purpose, and I'll do it again just to let you know how easy it is to stall. And as you can see, that was a pretty good release, but the bike still stalls. So there's nothing wrong with the bike. It's just that if you don't get this perfect, you're going to have issues getting the bike going. So again, there's no magic trick to getting this perfectly the first time. The only magic trick I know is to just get out there and just keep at it and keep trying. And eventually you're going to get used to where that friction point is on your clutch. So anyway, what I'm doing right now is I am going to first brake, and then I am going to let the clutch out very easily. Let the bike go, push the clutch back in, and then brake. And you just keep repeating that until you get it, until you become more comfortable with it. Now, just to let you guys know, when I bought my bike, I had no riding experience whatsoever, other than some information on how to operate a bike. That's all I had. And so when I had to ride home, my biggest issue was stalling. And I lived about 30 miles away from the dealership, so I had a long night. But by the time I got home, I was actually pretty good at it. Now, I wouldn't recommend anybody starting off like that, because it could be potentially dangerous for some people. I pulled it off, but not everybody is going to be able to do that. So anyway, practice this technique, and hopefully this helps. Alright, now this is going to be the more advanced way to do this, and what we're going to do right now is we're going to let the clutch out, just the way we were doing it before, and this time we're going to add some gas with that. So when we accelerate on this, just be careful when you're messing around with the throttle. All you need is maybe a few thousand RPM. That's all you need to do this. So you do the same thing, but just add a little bit of gas, and you will take off faster. And once you start getting good at this, you're going to find that this is going to be a more efficient way to do this, especially when you're at a stoplight, because again, when you're good, you're going to expect to have a lot of cars behind you, and you want to be automatic with this. And when you're taking off, you want to be able to take off exactly the way the cars do it, and then you may even be faster because you're on a bike. So and then again, be careful if you have a more expensive high-powered bike, going over with the accelerator can lead to some issues. So practice this, and hopefully this helps. Alright, so we're going to just let the bike roam on its own, and we're going to let it go at a very slow speed, and we're not going to even mess with the clutch or the accelerator or the brake. We may even do a few turns here and there. And the reason why I'm doing this, even though this looks a little bit boring, this is actually very important. This is one of those fundamentals that you really going to have to be able to get down if you really want to know how to ride a bike. And so just to let you know the difference between a motorcycle and a car is going to be more stable at 6 miles an hour than it is at 60, whereas a bike is going to be completely polar opposite. So that's why you want to learn this. You're not going to always be doing 30, 40, 60, 80 miles an hour on a bike. Sometimes you're going to need to be able to pull into a driveway or parking lot without putting your feet down early. So that's why this is important, being able to keep your bike straight at a low speed. And if you live in California, you're also going to find yourself between cars a couple times too. So this means that, again, this is one of those very important things that if you don't notice, you're not going to be able to ride a motorcycle. And this is also going to set you up for all the fun things like going through canyons and going on freeways and stuff. This is going to help you with all of that, because you're going to be able to stabilize your bike, and you're going to have a feel for it, and you're going to be used to it. You're going to be used to the weight of it, and you're going to be used to the whole physics of it, and you're going to be able to just do so many things if you just focus on the fundamentals of riding a bike. And with that comes with a lot of focus and paying attention. So if you're very skilled, and if you have a very good attention span where you can pay attention to where you're going and pay attention to the road and be safe and be patient, you'll be alright. So anyway, that's all I have for right now, guys, but I will be coming out with some more videos soon. You stay tuned. This is Star Mac. Thanks for watching.